First topic. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm so nervous.
I can't get on board with the debt snowball. Highest interest rate first, all the way.
Oh, so this is debt avalanche method versus what we recommend, which is the debt snowball method.
When you're paying off debt.
So you want to focus on the smallest balance instead of the highest interest rate.
Yes.
And math would say, well, the highest interest rate, you want to knock that out faster because it's costing you the most, depending on the situation.
Which mathematically is correct.
Yes. If you're going to do it. Here's the funny thing. If you do both methods, it's usually about a wash. There's not a huge cost savings to doing it the avalanche method. But what we found is if you do it the snowball method, there's a much higher chance you'll actually complete it.
And get through it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're knocking out a payment faster. You're attacking the smallest balance, free up that payment, apply it to the next smallest debt, and you get the momentum, the progress, the psychological win. We found that's what actually causes people to become debt-free.
That's right. Yeah. Because it's less, I mean, a lot of this personal finance stuff, it's less knowing what to do in the math and trying to finagle like formulas around it. It's actually just doing it. And we found that doing it, you're more motivated to do it if you're getting these quick wins.
Yeah, where was this inner mathematician when you went 25% APR on this credit card?
Into the credit card debt. Yep. I know.
So there's a time and place for math. It's not when you're trying to justify doing it a different way. It's debt snowball all the way.
All the way.
All right. I'm so nervous.
You get nervous about things?
What's so bad about having a credit card if I pay it off every month? I follow all the other rules.
Oh, yeah. This is a very Ramsey-ish thing. The credit card, I think, is one of the hardest
hurdles?
Things to break in people's financial life for them to do something so different because you're just so used to it, having a credit card.
Well, you're conditioned to think, well, I need a credit card to live my life. It's going to be so much more difficult to live my life without a credit card.
Yes.
And once I cut up my card, I was like, oh, this is not that difficult. Where are people getting this from?
Totally.
It's just in their minds.
Yes. And you feel like you're playing a game and winning some kind of industry standard sense that like, oh yeah, I'm getting the airline miles, I'm getting the cash back.
Why not get the points if I'm going to spend it anyways?
Yes, that's right.
And every study shows that you spend more when you use someone else's money.
12 to 18% more, some studies are showing. I mean, like it's a pretty significant, and we've had people do their debt-free scream. And I remember one lady was saying that they did everything, but they kept the credit card. And then halfway through their debt snowball, she's like, because they just used it for like their utilities, like what was they were going to pay anyways. And she said, when we cut it up, I realized, oh my gosh, we did actually use it for a little bit more. And then those things were like, oh yeah, there's just like not this emotional attachment to your money when you're using someone else's money. She's like, we did end up spending more. Like we did. She's like, it's crazy. We literally saved more the month we cut up the credit card to when we went to debit. So
here's the experiment. Don't use your credit card for 30 days and then track how much you spent between the months on a normal given month.
Yes.
And you'll be shocked. So, because if you're thinking, I'm going to spend 12% more, that's like saying, I get 12% cash back on my debit card. That's effectively what you're saving by not using a credit card.
By not doing that. Yep. It's good. All right, next. I know I need to get out of debt, but I'm scared to take my savings all the way down to $1,000. Can I just leave a little extra in my starter emergency fund?
This is a tough one.
Yeah, and this is real.
So baby step 1 in the Ramsey plan is save $1,000. Once you have that, anything beyond that, any savings, any, non-retirement funds you can sell to get out of debt, do it. And that scares people because if they have 10 grand, we would say use 9,000 of that to attack debt, keep 1,000 in the bank. That's scary for people. And they go, Rachel, it's not enough in today's world. And the retort is it was never enough. It wasn't enough in 1992 when Dave came up with these steps. It was just enough to cover the ankle biter emergencies causing people to fall off the wagon.
Yes. And it's really interesting when you think about it because people want to keep money in savings because they feel like, okay, there's like safety there, but yet I'm going to have all this other debt over here. And if something were to happen to your job, that savings probably won't last you very long anyways, where you're going to have 3 or 4 debts that you could have paid off sitting there waiting for a payment. And if you can't have the money to pay it, then it's going to go into collections. You're going to get late fees. Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's risk either side of the coin. And so might as well use that motivation to get out of debt quickly to then bump up that starter emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of expenses.
That's my favorite part is people don't think about the psychological fuel you gain from $1,000 and you go, oh my gosh, I need to get out of debt now.
Yes.
You get too comfortable when you have 10, 20 grand sitting in there.
That's right. And we know, if there's life things happening, if you're about to have a baby, if you're moving and you need money for moving expenses, like there's a time and a place.
If a big emergency really does pop up.
Yeah, deposit at Snowball, fix the thing, do the thing, and then go back to it is great, right? So like there's caveats around that. But overall, yeah.
And this
throw
is
as
not
much-
forever. This is 18 to 24 months on average is
Yep.
what it takes people to do the debt snowball.
That's right.
Then you can work on your fully funded emergency fund. That's the
right.
goal, is 3 to 6 months of expenses as your never go into debt again insurance plan.
Love it.
So I hear you. I see you. I understand. But 4 in 10 people have nothing in savings. So to try to get someone to save up $5,000 as a starter emergency fund,
Takes them forever to do it.
they would never do it.
And in that process of saving up that much money, you could be paying off debt, but you're paying more in interest and still debt payments, right? So like, it's just, get a quick emergency fund and start paying off that debt.
Move on.
Move on.
Is it so bad, Rachel, to dip into my emergency fund savings for a summer vacation?
Oh, is it just so bad?
For the blank that I feel like is an emergency because I want it really bad.
I know. So, and this is always funny to me because to me, the emergency fund, I'm like, I don't want to touch it. Like, I don't want, I'm like,
It is a truly breaking case of emergency.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, I mean, the emergency fund is there for an emergency, and that's when things come up that are unexpected, they're urgent, and they are necessary. It's like pop quiz. And so it's just there as your safety net. So saving beyond that for things that you want is so key. George, are we so legalistic? Is this episode?
I don't
are
know.
we nitpicking?
No one's having
are we
a good
taking Are we
time.
just taking a hair and we're just splitting it? Just, I don't know.
Here's the thing. I'm not legalistic at all. I just feel like the people who say these things are also the ones who aren't making progress, but then want to complain that the plan doesn't work because they're not doing it.
Yes, that's good, George.
It's like if I was your personal trainer and I was like, Rachel, follow this workout plan and this diet plan. And you said, well, I tweaked it a little bit
and
to
then
my
I get
liking.
mad that I'm like, where's my results? Where's
I
the
went to
results?
Sonic twice this week. Does that matter?
The mozzarella sticks. They're so good. They're just so good. Yeah, but then you're like, but I'm not looking great. And your trainer's like, well, I'm sorry.
That's the thing. If you want results, follow
I think
the plan.
that's it, y'all. Yes, because I'm like, we're being nitpicky on some of this stuff, but also we have to be nitpicky on it because it's things that have come up that we've realized people get screwed on. So the emergency fund, someone uses it for their vacation, and then what happens? Like something happens with their car, they lose a job, and then they're like, oh no, what do I do? So like there's a reason that all of these things have come up and why we have those answers. So we love you. There's grace in life.
We want to see you win.
Things are going to happen, but we do. And this is like the most effective, painless way to live. Painless?
Yeah.
Painless. Yeah, it's hard though.
Well, there's sacrifice involved.
Yes,
but
there's
it's
a little
like,
bit of pain there.
Do you want like pain for the next 25 years of being
know.
stressed and broke and not getting ahead? Or do you want to sacrifice for 18 months, sell some crap, work a little harder, get out of the debt so that you can have the next 25 years of freedom?
Freeze it up.
Flexibility.
That's what we want for you. So it's the fastest way to go from point A to point B. And we are here for you.
We're not fuddy-duddies.
I just felt like we were just like being a little bit pecky. But there's a reason why.
Rachel doesn't like conflict. She wants everyone to have a good time.
No, I like conflict. I like a good debate. Get me and debate me.
Fine. We'll debate on this next one.
Those were my fists.
I'll play devil's advocate on the next one. How about that?
Okay, that's fun. Let's do that.
Is it okay to do the baby steps a little out of order? We already have a college fund saved for my 8th grader, and I don't want to give that up now to pay off debt.
Well, I would say, I would not take money out of the college fund to pay off debt. So just pause it, keep it there.
But Rachel,
then
you
go
always
pay off
talk
debt.
about the power of compound growth and how important it is to invest early and often and consistently.
Yeah, but all of that money that's sitting in that fund is getting compound interest. Your
But it
money
needs
is
to be
making
more. Have
money.
you seen the cost of education, Rachel? It's out of control.
I know. Well, then do you have to choose a different school if your students doesn't have the money?
If they don't go to my alma mater, what's the point of anything? They got to go to my sorority
They
that
don't
I
ru-
went
was gonna
to,
say if they don't rush. If they
live
don't
in the
rush my
same
sorority.
dorm, and I'm willing to pay 10 times the price I paid for the privilege.
Man, how much do you think that kind of parenting and parenting in general is so much the parents' issue, not the kids?
It's almost 100% the parents.
And I don't get that.
And
When
the
I say
parents
this,
train the entitlement into the kids.
I love the University of Tennessee. Go Vols. Like I cheer for them, love them. But I don't understand this whole college of like, oh my God, you have to go to the school I went to. I don't get that. Who loves college that much?
I think the truth is the parents, it was like their heyday. It was the last time they had freedom. They were cool. They were carefree.
Do you think that's it?
And now
though?
they're fuddy-duddy parents, and they
No, but
want to relive the glory days vicariously through their kid.
But see, I think it's less of like, oh, the fun of it. I think it's like this ego of
Pride?
like, yeah, maybe I think it's more pride than like fun because they could go have fun anywhere.
That's why I didn't go to like a cool college. I wanted to go to a college so not cool that I never was like, you got to go to my college. It was so cool. You know what I mean?
You chose it purposely for that reason?
I purposely chose it.
Why?
I chose a small private Christian school that had like 1,000 kids.
I know you did, but you did that just to give the middle finger to like this like
no,
idea.
I did it because I liked the idea. I'm stressed out by groups of people. I think really that's what it. I was like, I don't want to be 20,000 people. It's too much. No.
I know. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So
no real reason.
So I would say to that question, yes. Then you may have to change schools, meaning go in-state, community college.
I'm having fun, but the truth is you got to put your own mask on first, and that means getting out of debt. Junior will figure out college.
Yeah.
Between what you've saved and scholarships and working part-time, they'll figure it out. But you need to like retire someday.
Yeah, you're going to retire.
So don't live with debt forever. That's my take.
So good, George.